How's everyone feeling tonight?
Very good. Thanks for asking.
Interpreter?
Yeah.
Yeah, for all my gibberish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe.
On my mindless, chatter.
How are you feeling though?
Really good.
That's the important question.
Really good, man. I love life.
Yeah.
Feeling good, yeah.
Is this night extra special? I mean, I know that this is a team that you have a lot of history with. Obviously, you left them, but is it still a big
Oh yeah, it's still special either way. You know, it's awesome, honestly, to just see everybody and hang out. You know, sitting with all my old teammates. Like, but old teammates are still friends. You know, like I'm part of that. Like, you know, forever. So it's actually cool. You know, it's like that's what adults do, right? You go and then you have friends all the time, and then you go do something else, and you kind of see them. You just don't see them every day, so it's cool, and obviously makes it extra special being Faber's last fight, so that's huge. I mean, you know, the things that guy has done, you know, for me, the journey I've been on with him, and, you know, he's been a huge part of it. So to be here for his last dance, like, that's crazy at a new arena. Like, I remember coming to Sacramento, even when I just got to the airport, I was like, this is where it all happened for me, you know. When I moved from New Mexico, I drove here, you know, 20-something hours from New Mexico in my 86 Lincoln Continental, and you know, just like chasing a dream, and you know, he's a huge part of it. This whole city was, so it's cool to be here. Now it's just like a whole new like era of it, you know. Like me and Faber were really the first ones there. Now it's his last fight, and now you got, you know, Page, you know, main eventing, 3 other guys on the card that, you know, weren't even, you know, thoughts when, you know, Faber started, and I jumped up and followed him as like really the second guy in that gym to do it. So it's pretty cool, and now there's like a whole new arena, and yeah, it's just cool to be back, you know.
Did you ever see yourself going back?
And have the night off, you know.
Yeah. Could you ever see yourself going back, or is that ship sailed?
No, yeah, not. I mean, I don't see it, you know. I mean, I have 100%, you know, belief in like what I'm doing and kind of the different like, you know, chapter I'm on in my career now. And it's like, I don't miss that part of it. I miss the part of it, like seeing your buds and stuff every day. But like the professional part of it, I guess, the that part of it, like I'm like, you know, like I'm good, you know. That's why I moved on and made a decision, you know. But yeah, you know, I mean, I could always go back for a little bit, but I feel 100% good with the decisions I make. It's just like I said, like you don't miss that the work part of it, but you miss like, you know, guys you saw every day, you know. So. Yeah.
Do you feel in some way that Urijah is partially responsible for bringing a lot of the lighter weight classes into the UFC?
Yeah, not even partially responsible, very responsible. He was the first. The best way to explain it is like he was the first little guy that like people like wanted to be like. You know, like no one wants to be like some short dude. People want to make fun of him or, you know, cut him down and whatever. Like he was the first little short guy that people were like, damn, I want to be like that guy. You know, like, that guy could probably take my chick. He could probably beat me up. Like, he was the first guy like that was short and be like, damn, that guy's the coolest. You know, he made short guys cool. He made small guys cool. And just, you know, the shows and everything he put on, you know, he made, like, the short guys, the little guys marketable, you know, and brought, where obviously there was always the skill there. He made it, like, he made it known, you know, there was skills there because everyone wanted to tune in and see the California kid. So, yeah, it's huge. I mean, he's 100%, I feel, responsible for the movement of that.
He led the charge, but for all of you guys, it was so important to pump up Sacramento. Can you just talk about putting this city on the map and what he did and what you guys all did?
Yeah, it was huge. You know, he obviously started that, and we all just kind of, you know, fell in line and continued to do it. You know, like I grew so much love for Sacramento, living and training here. As well, and I think people saw the kind of the energy and the success that was happening here, and you know, everyone just came up. Like, you know, that's one thing about Team Alpha Male is it's like a family team. You know, that's what attracts people when you get there. Like, wow, these guys really like each other and love each other, and the city's great, and everyone's so yeah, it's important. But like I said, you know, it starts with, you know, the top, and you know, there's the trickle down effect, and you know, it continues to grow and grow and grow.
Did you have some words for Urijah, knowing that it's his last fight? I know you guys have been close to talk a lot, and I know he's gave a lot of advice for guys.
Yeah.
Did you have some advice for him, and what'd you tell him?
Oh, not really advice, you know, as much as it's weird. I'm not really like that anyway, though. Even if someone was like anybody, you know, like even on The Ultimate Fighter, like that was my hard thing is like, even if you have a good life or you do good at something, like I don't feel comfortable giving people advice because everyone just does their own thing the right way. I don't feel, you know, so it's more just like, hey, dude, I love you. Like, what a journey it's been on. Like, so excited, you know. So I just told him yesterday at the weigh-ins, and it's just like, damn, dude, like, we've squeezed a lot into this, this amount of time I've known you. It's crazy. It's the end, and and he's like talking about weigh-ins and stuff, and he's just like, and I'm just like, how crazy is that? You won't even have to do that again. He's like, yeah, next time I might get one of those like more portable saunas or something they were using. Like, I don't think he really connected with them yet because he was still in fight mode. He's like, yeah, those portable saunas or something, that's nicer than the bath. I've been doing that every time. I'm like, dude, you won't have to do this again. He's like, oh, fuck. Like, he's like, I won't, So he was still like, ready to, like, he was in the mode. So, it's just being there, just as, just a person, and another friend, just to give the normal talk, because I'm sure everyone else is more, oh my God, so that was always nice for me about him as well. He didn't ever it wasn't like I don't know, it wasn't anything too serious ever, like that's why you could just be friends and peers.
What have you heard from the UFC since you beat Cioto?
Oh man, Shelby, man, that guy is just tricky. He's just tricky. Like, I'll like hang out and like we'll eat lunch and hang out, but it's like I ask one thing, oh, it's not my weight class anymore. I don't know. So it's up to Mick Maynard now. Even though I'm like, Shelby, you act like you don't know anything about it. Like, it's still gonna go through you in somewhat, But he like refuses to say anything. So it's only been 2 weeks. So I've barely really started to actually get out of my house at all, or have any kind of human interaction. So, yeah, he hasn't really told me anything. He told me, give a call to Mick. I'm like, why? Does he need to tell me something? He's like, oh, he might have to or something. So, I assume the only thing that could be next would be, another match with Mighty Mouse, which I want. That's all I want and need, really. That's kind of would complete me in a way, So that's kind of all I really want or need, and I think that's really the only option. So I guess the only thing I'm waiting for is like when it's gonna happen. So
will you remain adamant that that's the only fight that you want and wait just for that fight if you have
that's the only fight I want, yeah. That's always, I guess, the only fight I want. Everything else is just, that's what I need to do, you know what I mean? Want wise, yeah, that's the only fight I want. Like, it's been the only fight I want for a while, but I understand you need to do some other things. But now I'm at the point where I don't feel like I actually need to. I won 6 in a row, just beat the next guy below me, number 2. So, I don't feel there's any need to do anything else. If there is, there is. You don't always get what you deserve. But yeah, Mighty Mouse is the only one I want, and yeah, I would, ready to rock.
Is that your last shot at him?
I mean, if I beat him, we'll have another fight, and I truly believe I can. But if I lose 3 to somebody, yeah, I'm not gonna fight him again, And with this, it's crazy. With Demetrious, it's not necessarily even about the wins and losses, because I'm comfortable with losing. It happens. You can't, honestly, to me, you can't control your loss or your win. You can do everything to control it, but you can only control yourself. You can't control what the other guy's doing. Go out, try to fight your best. And with both of Demetrious's fights, like, it's not about the win or loss. I just feel like even when I lost, I didn't feel I was done and like I fought my best or performed my best. Obviously in the second fight I didn't, that was, just partially the sport we live in, just the coincidence that can happen in there in fractions of seconds and inches, and stuff that can happen felt amazing. But the first fight, like, the best way I can explain is like when I lost to Cruz for a split decision in the title fight, like I was done, and obviously I wasn't happy I lost, but I was like, hey, I performed well, did some stuff I wanted to do, like, he beat me. Obviously I made mistakes and that's why I lost, but it was like something that like you can kind of like live with. I want to fight Demetrious and know like, hey, he beat me when I fought my best, and I don't think he's done that yet, and I haven't either on my part, So yeah, that's really what it's about, because you can't control the win or the loss.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks.
Shamaseh. Thanks, guys.
You gonna go see that Rogue One?